know why I keep staring at the screen today. I know I'm supposed to look at the camera. What am I doing? Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the 4Hooks, 4Loves podcast. This is where I like to share things that I'm working on, which is most often knitting projects, sometimes crochet, and anything crafty that I'm getting up to if I have the time. Is recently into sewing as well. So my name is Katrina, but everyone calls me Kat, so don't be shy, call me Kat. And happy summer. I hope your summer is going really great. Today is Thursday, July 28th. I shouldn't have hesitated there. I should know the date. Today is my husband's birthday. And we're actually going to be heading out later to a baseball game. He's just doing some work right now. So the kids are excited about that. So I thought I would squeeze in a quick podcast to show you a little bit about what I've been working on. Summer's been really busy, but in a great way, so much fun. Our weather started in Toronto. We're in Toronto, by the way. I'm here in Toronto, Canada. And our weather started off for the summer, not really what I consider summer weather, a little bit breezy, but it's changed. We had a bit of a heat wave last week, some humidity that came in, and this week's been beautiful so far. The humidity has left, but the heat has stayed, and that's just the way I like it. So we've been getting lots of swimming time in and outdoor time. So it's just been nice. So the days have been long and busy. I've been trying to squeeze in a little bit of knitting, fiber and crafts wherever I can, but I mean, obviously it's not as much as usual, and I'm also still juggling and heading to my concussion treatments, so you know, it's been a balancing act. But when is life ever not a balancing act? I mean, that's just reality. So without further ado, let's just jump in. We'll start with what I'm wearing, finished objects. So this is the Flutter butt shirt. See it flutter? Oh, well, you see more than that flutter. Here we go. I'll just show you a little view of it first before I tell you a little bit about it. Here we go. So it's got a really lovely drape, and it's so light and perfect for summer, and I just love this little detail of the ruffles. I really wasn't sure if I was gonna like the ruffles. In fact, I was even hesitating and thinking about not putting in the bottom ruffle and only doing the sleeves, but I just love it so much, and I think it's just so fluttery, which is perfect because that's what it's called, the Flutter butt shirt. So this is the Flutter butt shirt by Jessie Maed Designs. And oh, remember, look at the camera, not the screen. Okay, sorry, a little bit of a squirrel moment. So I knit this using Knitting for Olive pure silk, and I did it in the color raspberry pink. So I originally ordered 4 balls, and each one is 50 grams. And at the end, this is what I was left with. I, at certain parts, started a different ball because I don't know why. I just was in the mood for like the sleeves, just in case. I wasn't alternating skeins, but just in case the color was different. I didn't want it to look like stripey. I don't know if that makes sense. But so I originally started with 4 balls and dipped into each of them, and when I finished, I took what I had left and I weighed it, and this weighs 51 grams. So each ball was 50 grams. So technically I mean I could have got away with just using 3 balls, but it's okay because I wasn't sure how long I was gonna make it. So let me get into that. The pattern is so straightforward and so easy to follow, just like all of Jessie Maed's patterns. So I chose to knit the size large, and let me just check here. So the size large had a finished garment bust size of 44 inches. And just for you to reference, so I am about just shy of 5'10" inches tall, 5'10" and in height, and bust size is 39. So she recommends a 2 to 4 inch positive V's if you want it loose and flowy. I ended up going with a 5-inch positive V's, and love it. My gauge was right on. So for that size, it recommended 700 to 840 yards. So that's, her pattern was quite cropped, the instructions for it, and I didn't want something so cropped. And so what I did is, after you do the cast on, basically you're knitting from the bottom up. So you're starting down here, you're casting on, you're knitting from the bottom up. And when it came to, oh shoot, now I'm gonna get mixed up. Yeah, no, from the cast on edge, you had to knit, sorry. The cast on edge was actually here. The ruffle at the bottom you do after, at the end. Sorry, that's what just messed me up. Now I'm remembering. So the cast on edge, after you cast on, the instructions were to knit a certain height depending on your size. And I basically just added 3 inches to that. So instead of knitting like 5¼ inches, before separating for the front and back, I knit to 8¼ inches. And I really wasn't sure. I was just sort of winging it. I was holding up against my body, and at that point I didn't even know if I was going to knit the ruffle, which is just about another 3 inches of length. But I went with it, and I ended up loving it. Like, it was perfect. I sort of made my decision based on other shirts that I have that I like the length of. So I kind of followed suit with that, keeping in mind that I'd still have to add the ruffle. I mean, and I certainly didn't want the ruffle. Like, I didn't want it to come like down to here. I saw some pictures on Ravelry projects when I was looking, and some were very cropped, which is, you know, I have cropped shirts. It's not that I don't like them. I just didn't want that for this. But then I also saw pictures of some that were really long, like down to here. And then when I'd read the notes, the person who made it would say something like along the lines of, oh, I wish I didn't do it so long. I forgot to take into account the length of the ruffle. And anyways, so that's what I did. I read through a whole bunch of other people's notes before deciding, and then I checked on shirts that I liked and looked at that length. And then that's when I came to the decision that I would add 3 inches of length to it. And that was honestly the only modification that I made. Everything else I followed straight to the pattern, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. And this yarn weight is, oh, I want to make more things with this yarn. This Knitting for Olive Pure Silk is, I mean, it was nice even before blocking, but once you blocked it, like, it's just like, look at that. It's just so flowy and smooth and light. Like, I feel like I'm not wearing anything, and it's perfect because it can get quite hot here in summer. I know people don't usually associate Toronto, Canada with heat, but it can get quite hot. But not only that, it can get quite humid, and the humidity, it's like you just feel sticky all the time, like you're wet, like your skin is wet. So you don't want to have things clinging to you, and this couldn't be a more perfect shirt for that type of situation. It's just so loose and drapey. And I think I want to make another one in another color. Maybe I'll save it for next summer, because now I got a lot of things on my list of things that I want to make, but who doesn't? So if you like it and you were thinking about it, or if it's you know, a brand new project that you've never seen before and you like it and you weren't sure, my recommendation is go for it, because why not? It's a nice addition, and I think I'll wear it even more than just summer. Like I think I'll wear it even when I go back to work. Like I think this would be great for teaching. Like if you've watched previous podcasts of mine, not that I have too many, but you'll know that I've mentioned many times, like I'm always feeling hot, and even at work, even through the fall and winter, you'll always usually find me at work in short sleeves, and then that's why I like to make cardigans, because I'll just throw them over, but as soon as I get hot, I just rip them off. So, all right, so that is my first finished object. So I hope you like it. And I know I'm supposed to look at the camera. What am I doing? And you know what else? I just realized I forgot to welcome everybody. I think I forgot to welcome everybody. So, I'm so out of practice. Anyways, welcome back, and welcome to any new viewers. I know since I posted my last episode, there were quite a few more viewers, subscribers, so thank you and welcome. And I'm so happy that you actually want to sit and knit and chat with me and see what's going on. So I hope I can fill your day and your time with a little bit of happiness and a little bit of fiber goodness. All right, so on to finished object number 2. So this is my sock. So I don't have sock blockers. I want to get some, because I mean, it's only the second sock I've ever made, and technically, okay, I made a pair of socks last summer, and that sort of filled in my curiosity, and I didn't want to make them again. And then I got this yarn on Boxing Day. There was a sale, and I had always been eyeing this dyer's yarn. And I said, I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna treat myself for Christmas. So I did. And it's been sitting and staring at me ever since. And I'm like, this little ball of yarn wants to fulfill its destiny and become a beautiful sock. So I just last Wednesday cast on at my son's soccer game. Yeah, last Wednesday, July 20th. And I finished it on Monday, this past Monday, July 25th. So here's the thing. I know people love knitting socks, and I think that's great. And I really enjoyed making this one, but I don't like wearing socks. I hate wearing socks. I know that's strange. It's one of those things. I don't know if you know anyone else who hates wearing socks. Maybe we're kindred spirits, but I hate wearing socks. Even in winter, even when it gets down to like -30 or whatever it is over here in winter, I will put my boots on and go outside, but I'll have no socks on, and I'm fine. I'm not cold. My feet are just fine. My boots keep me very warm, but I hate wearing socks. The only time I wear socks is when I wear my docks, and I love my docks. And what I've noticed is, because I hate wearing socks, I don't have too many. So when I want to wear my docks, I don't have too many socks that go up to the right height that they can just peek over. So I thought, I was listening to, and watching the We Share Needles podcast, and Maddie was saying that she makes dock socks. And she said you know, how many rows she does the cuff and the leg so that they just peek over the top of the docks. And I was like, that's brilliant. I'm gonna make dock socks. Even though I hate socks, I'll probably never wear them any other time other than when I wear my docks. They're gonna be dock socks. So this is my first dock sock. And I love it. It's so happy. Like, doesn't that just make you smile? I think Rainbows are so fun, especially in these bright colors. So let me tell you, the dyer is a lollipop yarn. And this is the colorway Happy Birthday. And it came obviously with the little contrast ball, which was called Confetti. Yeah, so this is an 80/20 superwash merino. It was 410 yards. And what I really liked is the mini was 25 grams. So I wasn't really too worried if I was gonna have enough for cuff, heel, and toe, because I think 25 grams is a lot for that. So I still weighed it along the way to make sure, but yeah, like, oh, that was pretty good. So here are the names of each color, I guess, if you want. I don't know if she sells each color individually or not, but so, okay, I actually don't know the proper order. It says 4 rows each of cake, candles, presents, party, fun, and frolic, all surrounded by 3 rows of confetti. And then the mini me is also in confetti. So I don't know which color is which name, but they're so fun. Super fun. I don't have a sock blocker, so I'll just put them on and try to awkwardly lift my leg. I should actually try them on with my docs at some point. I just finished them 2 days ago, so I haven't done that yet. But let's see if I can, maybe if I do this. I'll come over here. Okay, here it is. I just worked out and my thighs are really sore, so I can't lift my leg higher than that. That's why I had to hold it so I don't fall over. But I could also do one of these. Also awkward. Okay, so what did I do? What did I do for these magical dock socks? I knit them on a US 1 2.25 needle. I use my Chow Goose for pretty much almost all my knitting now. I don't ever really go back to my wooden ones or bamboo. I don't know. Anyways. So, I mean, did I follow a pattern? Yes and no. Last year when I made my first pair of vanilla socks, I used a tutorial by the Crazy Sock Lady on how to knit socks. It was called, on YouTube, it was called How to Knit Socks using 9-inch circulars. So I made those. And this time I also found out that Maddie from the We Share Needles podcast, she goes by the handle Made by Maddie. And on her Ravelry, she has a free pattern for vanilla socks called Never Better Socks. So I kind of followed both. They're both quite similar. I kind of kept going back and forth between both, but what I did do is I took what Maddie had said in one of her podcasts where she was talking about dock socks, and I did that for the measurements. So what I did for the cuff is I did a 15 row cuff, which is 2x2 rib. And then I did 45 rows for the leg, right? 45 rows for the leg, yeah. And then I did so when I finished the heel flap, heel turn, and gusset, I marked it here. So from here to before I started the toe, that was 52 rows for me. But if I measured it from the back of the heel, from right back here, from the back of the heel to the end of this purple stripe here. It was, what was it, 8¼ inches, which is what I had to reach for the measurement because I am a size 10, so a size 10 shoe size. So that means I would have to stop 1.75 inches before 10 so that I'd have space to knit my toe. Does that make sense? I don't know. Trying my best. Trying my best. Again, I keep looking in the wrong spot. I'll get it eventually. So, all right, so that's what I did. All in all, the confetti yarn, contrast yarn that I used for the heel cuff, heel flap, heel turn, and the toe, I measured them after I finished each section and then totaled it up. So that used 9.4 grams of yarn. So I should have plenty for the second sock. And I forgot to tell you, I cast on 64 stitches using a German twisted cast on. So it is nice and stretchy. And anything else I wanted to say about that? I'm looking at my notes to reference. Yeah, so 64 stitches. Oh, so when I put them on, they fit and they're nice. And I don't think there'll be a problem in the socks and when I wear my boots, my dogs. But like I wish there was a little bit more negative ease. I have to check my gauge again. I thought my gauge was on. She said in Maddie's pattern, it said 8 stitches per inch, I believe. Yeah, 8 stitches per inch. I have to check again. So because I'm a size 10, I did the 9 to 10 inch size that she had, which was to cast on 64 stitches, which in my head, I was going to do that anyways, because the pair that I made last summer, it was my first time. It was just, you know, just trying it out. And I always think I have large feet, so I just did what the crazy sock lady recommended for a large, which was a 72 stitch cast on. And on one sock, it fit, but I was knitting so tight. And on those 9-inch circulars, it was like my hand was cramped. And then on the second sock, I guess I had finally like loosened up and relaxed a bit. And the sock was just huge. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna go down stitches. So now I'm not sure. I wanna keep these two the same, this one matching with its pair, but I think if I knit another pair of socks after this, I think, I don't know, like, what do you think? Like, would I go down? I'm not a sock knitter, so I don't know, but I also don't wanna like waste my time trying things out. I just wanna get it right the first time. Like, who doesn't? So would I try going down a needle size to a US 0? Or would you recommend just, instead of 64 stitches, doing one size less than that, which I don't remember. It was like 50 something. Was it 58 stitches? I don't know. Does it make a big difference in the end? I really like them. And I had had my eye on this lollipop yarn forever, and I love how the balls of yarn, like they come already wound up in a ball. Like right now mine is messed up because I was using it. But there's such cute balls. What do they call them? Like gobstopper balls or something? And I loved that. I just grabbed it and started. If I had had to wind it, I don't think I would have started. Like I needed a quick project to start at my son's soccer game, and I grabbed it and I walked out the door. So the good thing is I've already gone ahead and cast on the next sock. So hopefully there's no second sock syndrome over here. And I've got my little pickle. I call it my knitting pickle to mark my beginning of round. That's one of my whips, but I'm not gonna talk about it because I just talked about it here. Okay, dropped my label. So those are my FOs, my finished objects. Oh no, I have one more. I was a busy bee. Please, that's nothing. I mean, people are cranking out projects left, right, and center. I'm like, how do you fit it in? I mean, I think I knit a lot because my kids are pretty independent, but I mean, one shirt takes me at least usually a month. I don't know, this one was pretty fast. Maybe it was 3 weeks. Like I've had this ready. I wanted to podcast, like I've been trying to find a day and a time to do this for 2 weeks now. It's just life, man, life and 4 kids and a dog and summer. I love summer. Okay, so here's my next FO. Any guesses? Any guesses? It's a headband. I wanted something because when I tie my hair up, I have all these little tiny, can you see, like baby hairs? I don't know, not baby hairs, are they baby? I don't know. Ever since I had my kids, they don't grow back. They just stay this length. And when my hair is up, I don't always want to gel it. And you know, if the wind blows, out they come. And then I look like a crazy person with all these things flying around my head, like one of those memes of those animals with like crazy hair. Anyways, so I made this head wrap. This is the Sage head wrap by T-Zines. I'll link these patterns down below in the description. So I actually made this pattern last summer and it's been sitting in a project bag since, because I followed the pattern. I made the size medium, I followed the pattern, and when it came to the ties, like I have a pretty big head, and when I went to tie it, there was like only like this much, like after I tied the knot, like there was just like this much, like this little stubby sticking out, and I thought it looked weird. So I ripped it all out a couple days ago, maybe like 4 days ago, and started over. And I added to each strap, like each tie part here, 8 rows, 8 half double crochet rows. And I thought, yeah, this is gonna be no problem. I'm gonna have no problem tying it. And then I tried it on and I tied it and it looked like I had bunny ears flopping down. So yesterday I just honestly, like I didn't want to rip the whole thing out again. So I got my scissors, I snipped both ends, and I painstakingly like undid about, I don't even know how many rows I undid. Maybe 5 rows, I don't know, something like that on each side. I just eyeballed it and I think now it's good. So let's see. I used Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I love this cotton. Gosh, I went to the States, like, I mean, we're probably talking like 4 or 5 years ago now, and we did a quick stop in Hobby Lobby and I had no pattern in mind, but I wanted some soft cotton, so I just picked it up. Of course, now that I'm doing this on the camera, it's not tying properly. Again, like what is like falling in my face. But I think it's super cute. Let me just tuck that behind for now. Is that better? I think it's super cute. And again, it's bugging me. Okay, anyways, let's pretend that it is staying properly. Here we go. I mean, I might even wear it with my hair down. I really just wanted something for around the house or when I'm out with the kids at the park or something, just so my hair doesn't look wild and crazy when the wind blows. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, I could do a better job tying it, but I'm doing this on the fly here for you. Okay, so I I followed the pattern. Like I said, I just made that little, each tie a little bit longer. It called for a, what size is this? An E hook, 3.5 millimeters. And the yarn is a worsted weight. It's a cotton. So it's a quick pattern. The only thing is, like, you have to pay attention. It's not one of those patterns that you can just memorize the repeats and go. Like, the repeat is about, is it 3 rows or 4? I think it's 3 rows. And I mean, maybe a normal person could memorize it and do it mindlessly. But I'm telling you, since I got hit in the head and had this concussion back in March, I don't remember anything anymore. My short-term memory is out the window. The specialists are all working on it and trying to help me get it back. But I, for the life of me, literally, like, I'd finish row 5 and I'm like, okay, now what did row 6 say? I'm trying to remember it. And I was going back and forth like 18 times. Like, what did it say? What did it say? But that's me. I actually kind of like this now. Maybe I'll leave it on for the rest of the podcast. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? So that was the Sage Head Wrap by T-Zines. And I think it's super cute. If I make it again, I think I would make these just a touch shorter. Like, maybe I'd just add like 3 extra rows on each tie instead of 5, but super cute. Super cute. I feel fun when I wear it. Actually, I was at the beach a couple days ago and I was showing a friend of mine because I finished it on the beach, and I was like, how does it look? And I was putting it on, and we had some of our, like, the tween and teen daughters there, not mine, my friends, and I was putting it on in front of them, and they gave me their approval. So I guess it's good with the young crowd. Okay, all right, jokes aside. I'm always joking. All right, so whips, it's time for whips. Here we go. I have cast on another Ranunculus, and I don't have much to show you. This is all I have. I literally just cast it on a couple days ago and worked on it. And it's a much looser gauge this time than the previous one I made, but that's what I wanted. I wanted a much looser one. I have cast on the, did I cast on the 3rd size or the 4th size? I mean, they all start the same way. It's only after you get past the ribbing and the increase in the short rows that things start changing. But, sorry, my kids are shouting, you might hear that. Anyways, since there's not much to show you here, actually it was funny, I'll get back to that. I am using Durarm Natura Antigone. Now, I hear some people call this Antigone. I don't know how to say it properly. To me, it's Antigone, but you say it how you want, and I don't judge. So, Antigone, and this is 100% linens, and I wanted to try making something in linen for summer, and this is the color Lune. Lune, I don't know. So yeah, it doesn't feel like much. Nothing to write home about, honestly. And it's funny because I was working on it yesterday. My Sip and Stitch girls came over for a fun little hangout and a day by the pool, and they all brought their kids, and then at one point all the kids were occupied and playing and swimming, so we pulled out our knitting and our crocheting, and we just hung out and worked on it. And my friend's son came over and touched this because I was like, you know, guys, I don't know, it kind of feels like paper, but it's not deterring me from making it, because all I keep hearing is that linen softens up like crazy the more you wear it and the more you wash it, and it just becomes lovely. So my son was, my friend's son was curious after he heard me say that. He came to touch it, and he's like, it feels like a hockey net. I said, oh my God, that's the perfect description. I'm like, yeah, I'm knitting a hockey net, or even like a fishing net. Anyways, so yeah, my last Ranunculus I had knit when there was only one size available of the pattern, and it just, I like it a lot and I wear it, but it's much more fitted than what I wanted. Like when I made the Ranunculus, I wanted something like what I see in the pictures, which I know a lot of people look at those pattern pictures and they're like, oh, this is too much positive ease for me. But that's what I wanted. I like that. I love that style. So this time I cast on, I picked a size that is going to give me about 12 to 13 inches of positive ease. I can't remember which one. Originally I was going to do the 5th size, and that would be the amount of positive ease that she recommends in the pattern, or not recommends, but the images have in the pattern. And I think that was something like, I don't know, like 18 inches of positive. It's like 47 centimeters of positive ease. And then I was like, no, maybe that's too much. I'll go down to the 4th size. And that would have been like 15 or 16 inches of positive ease, which was like 44 centimeters. And I thought maybe that's still a bit much. So then that's right. I did the 3rd size. See, when I talk it through, I can bring my memory back. So I think I did the 3rd size, or I'm going to do the 3rd size, which is something like 30 something centimeters of positive ease, which I think works out to like 12 inches or so for me, which I thought would be fine, like just to try it out. I already have yarn in line like for a fall winter one, but this is what I wanted to do with the linen one. So we'll see. And you know what, if I'm prepared to pull it back if I get to the end of the yoke and I see that I'll try it on, and if it's not feeling like loose enough for me, then I'll pull it back. It's fine. Actually, this time what's different than the last time is this time I actually did the recommended cast on for the neckline. She recommends a double loop cast on, or double twist loop cast on, something like that. I just followed her video. It was super simple. I don't know why the last time I tried making this, I couldn't figure it out, but well, not that I couldn't figure out, it was stretching a lot. Anyways, I don't know, because I'm doing the wider neckline. I want the wider neckline. I don't want things like up to here on me. I like things wide. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And again, that is the Ranunculus by Midori Hirose Knit. Okay. I think that's it for my whips. You know what? I have one more thing I wanted to show you. It's technically an FO. It's another crochet project. Last time I showed it to you was part way. This time it's done, but I didn't weave in the ends yet. And to be honest, until I grabbed it for this podcast to show you, I completely forgot that I haven't yet weaved in the ends. But it's my gnome. This was my April gnome. Isn't he cute? Little bunny gnome. So that is the gnome project, or what's it called? Gnome 2022 project by Repeat Crafter Me. So you can check on her website, and they're all free little gnome corner to corners. And the idea is you make one a month, and then at the end of the year you weave them all together, sew them all together, and you have a gnome blanket. And I have fallen behind severely. This is only the 3rd one I've done. I've done January, February, and April. I skipped March because I didn't have the right color. And just gonna go with it whenever. I've missed May and June now. I'll catch up. I'll do it whenever. I may not finish it by the end of the year, but you know what? It's nice to know that it's there, and if I'm ever looking for something to grab and work on, I can always just go for that, and it's helping me use up some of my acrylic stash. So that's it for my FOs and my works in progress. What do I have to show you? Oh, okay. I have, look at this little acquisition I got. I know I always show you my charms that I get from Charmed and Dangerous because Noelle is just a master with the clay. And I mean, I missed out on this one on her first update, but then she, can you see that? Is that focusing? Let me cover myself. It's a little narwhal with cherry blossoms. Come on. I couldn't resist that. I loved it. Was that even in the screen? I couldn't even see. There you go. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. There's a little fuzz on it. What is that? Okay, I'll get rid of that after. Must have been my kids playing. Okay, whatever. But it's super cute. And I got a few yarny acquisitions from Frankie Gray Fibres. They are a Canadian company. It's actually Jody from the Grocery Girls, Jody Brown, and her daughter Jordan. And they dye beautiful yarn, and I love it so much. And their price point is great. And actually, their price point is always great. But was it in beginning of July or end of June, something like that? They were having a major sale to clear out inventory. And I got each of these skeins for $20. $20 Canadian. I mean, this is their signature color. It's called Frankie Gray Fibres. And this is in fingering weight. 75-25 with, sorry, 70, what is it? 75-20 with 5% gold stellina. It is so pretty. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I had to have that color. I'm not even really much of a blue person, but I had to have that color. And this one is called Sharma, and it's also a sparkle fingering. 75 superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% gold stellina. And each of them are 437 yards. I don't think I would do anything with them together. I don't know, but seeing them in person, I just like, I love fingering yarn. And this little stellina, I don't know. I have to find something either to coordinate with it or just to make with it. I don't know. But a project that I've wanted to make for a while is the Simple Hug Cardi by Cozy Up Knits. And I bought the pattern, was it last year or the year before? I don't know. And I was looking at it and I wanted to go make it, but I want to do it. You need DK. And I was looking at my yarn stash and I was like, I am severely lacking in DK. Like I never purchased. I had like maybe 3 or 4 skeins and 2 of them didn't even go together. So I grabbed this little bundle because they put bundles together, which made it so much easier for me. Like I was like, that's brilliant. Put the bundles together because that way I can see that they, you know, I can just grab them and don't have to think too much. So this one is called High Maintenance. It's DK weight and it is 245 yards. This is Maddie. This is the reason I got this trio, because I love this color. It's got some pinkish purpley colors at the top, blues and grays as you go down, and then as you keep going down you get greens and dark grays. Oh, I think they're doing amazing things with color. I love it. And this is called Rainy Days. It's just beautiful teal blues with some different light and dark speckles and different blue shades. So these are all DK. So these 3 I thought looked so nice together. So they are going to go into my Simple Hug Cardi. And I have in my own stash a couple other DKs. I have like a bubblegum pink I might throw in there. I had a different shade of blue. What else did I have? I don't remember. It's downstairs in the basement. But yeah, I think those will be so cute. All right. So that is it, my friends, for the yarn and knitting and crochet content. The only other thing I have to show you is a little sewing, but it's really not much because, like I said, life has been so busy, crazy that I started trying to sew this bag 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, and all I got was up to the zipper. Oh, I'm so sorry, that shook. I'm so sorry, my book fell over. I got to the zipper and that's it. I never went back. I didn't have time. This is the fabric. I'm using a nice cute turquoise zipper, and it's got these people and cats floating on little floaties, almost like in like a pool. I love that shade of blue, that pool background. And then the lining, look at this, how embarrassing, I didn't even get to it. The lining, can you even see it, is like this peachy pink geometric. And then I toyed with adding a pocket, but lesson learned, next time, this bag will be for me. But lesson learned, next time the pocket needs to be cut the same width as the entire bag's fabric so that I don't have these little ends here. But that's just, it's for me, and I'm new to sewing, and that's okay. One thing I learned, which I don't like at all, is this interfacing, which I used. I am not buying again. I just grabbed like something from Amazon because the one that I wanted I thought was too expensive. But it's not sticking in all the spots properly. I mean, it's doing the job, it's giving it some sturdiness, but it's really not, it's not sticking in all the spots. So it's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. I'm learning as I go. Sewing is new to me, so we're all allowed to make mistakes as we learn, and it's not the end of the world. It's still going to be a bag. I mean, it's going to have box corners. I have all my notes written down in a book of what I've done, but I don't have the book with me. I don't remember how, what is that one? Maybe I did like a 3-inch box corner. I don't know. I don't even remember the fabric length and width because I wrote it down and I was just working with a piece that I had, and it's not even the right size for the right size bag that I wanted. But I did get this in the mail. I ordered this fabric of these old school, look how amazing that is. It's all the old school cartoons that I grew up on, and it's almost looks like it's been sketched. Like there's Alvin and the Chipmunks, there's Jem, oh my gosh, there's all the Muppets, there's the Care Bears, He-Man, like He-Man, the Turtles, the Ninja Turtles. There's so many, I can't even. There's Rainbow Bright. Where is she? Oh, she's here too. Look, Rainbow Bright. Anyways, I'm so excited. This is totally, I don't know. I got, oh, there's Ghostbusters. I got a fat quarter, and I got, I don't know what they called the other piece. I don't know what I'm able to make with it, what size, but I'll figure it out. The Smurfs, like there's Ghostbusters, there's Slimer. Oh, we had the best cartoons growing up. I think they were way better than what my kids watch today. Anyways, friends, that's it. For the crafts, other than that, I haven't been doing much bead weaving at all because I still can't concentrate very well on that stuff since I had my accident. And hey friends, this is future editing cat coming at you. Just wanted to tell you to stick around, and at the end I will be putting in some photos of some of the fun summery things we've been getting up to the last couple weeks that have been keeping us pretty busy, but needless to say, so much fun. Anyways, see you later. And what else? Reading, I'm still trying to make it through Where the Crawdads Sing. Still struggling with that one, trying not to give up on it because I do want to watch the movie, but because I already started the book, I have to finish the book first. I won't see the movie without finishing the book. And what I am loving is A Court of Thorns and Roses, that series. Holy moly, do I ever love it. Never thought I would get so into the fantasy and the fairies and everything, but it's awesome. So I loved A Court of Thorns and Roses, and now I am I'm listening to A Court of Mist and Fury, and I love that so much. And I don't even know if I'm halfway through yet because I'm listening to it and I didn't check like how many hours in I am. But so what I do is when I go to my clinic for my treatments, I listen to that while I'm doing the 2 hours of working out. So if you've read that, I mean, I don't think I can give any spoilers because I'm not far in enough, but all I can say right now is that I really like or love Rhysand's character. I love his description, the dark hair, the violet eyes. Like, I love the way he speaks to Feyre and the way he is encouraging her to develop her full potential. Anyways, totally into it, and I love it, and I want to read more. But I say reading, do you call it reading because you're listening? I don't know. I wouldn't mind having like the actual book in my hand and reading it either, but I'm just exploring this world of audiobooks while also still reading physical books. So my friends, I hope I gave you a little content that you enjoyed today, and I hope you like things that I made and saw something that maybe inspired you to make something. I hope that wherever you are having a wonderful summer, or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, a wonderful winter. And most of all, I hope you are happy and safe and peaceful. So my friends, be kind and have a great day, and I'll see you next time, which it looks like no matter how hard I try to do them sooner, we're averaging about a month apart. That's just where my life is right now. If I can get any done sooner, I will. But if not, I hope you stick around and see me then. And let's connect. Leave a message below. Like and subscribe. As we all know, those likes and those subscribers help so much with YouTube showing my video to more and more people. So you can help me out with that. That would be awesome. And leave me a comment and let's get to know each other. If you have a recommendation on the sock and maybe a stitch size, or if I should go down to a US 0, let me know. And let me know also what you're working on. I get inspired to make things when I see other people making things too, not always just by seeing what the designers post. And sometimes, you know, it opens my eyes to designers I never heard of or patterns I haven't heard of. If there's anything that I have forgotten to mention about any of the things I've made, just drop me a note and I will add it. But if you hit the little downward chevron or the 3 dots, the description down below will pop up, and that's where I'll have the names of everything I've mentioned. So my friends, I hope life is treating you well wherever you are. I hope I was able to bring a smile to your day